Okay, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we are going to do 5 easy breakfast ideas for back to school for us busy moms as we get ready to go head into the school year. Today we are doing blueberry, which I'm super excited. It's one of my favorites, but you can do this with our lemon, with our golden harvest, and with our raspberry. They are all delicious and you will prepare them as the back directs you. So today we are I'm going to start with putting 2.5 cups of the blueberry mix into my mixing bowl real quick. Oh my gosh, I wish you had smell-o-vision. It smells like fresh blueberries. It is one of my favorite. Okay, so 2.5 cups of that. Then to that, I'm going to add 3/4 cup of water. And then 1/4 cup of oil. And these are ingredients that you always have on hand, and it makes it so simple to keep these and stock them in your pantry for all year long. I know how it is being a busy mom, and I worked when my kids were in school, and I'm telling you, this is a simple thing to do for your kids. So, and then after that, I'm gonna crack 2 eggs into the mix. Okay, and all you need to do is give that a stir. Make sure that your eggs mix in completely. So I mixed that up, and I also greased our muffin top pan. Now, if you do not have a muffin top pan, you can just use a cookie scoop like I'm going to do and put it on a cookie sheet and do the exact same steps, and they turn out amazing. They cook super fast and they're so delicious, and I like to freeze them so that the kids can pull them out themselves, or I can pull them out the night before, and they have an easy either add to their lunch or an easy breakfast when they're running behind, and they can eat it on the go. That's one of the best things of this. Now that they're done like this, before I bake them, you can cook them just like this, but I love a crumb topping on mine, and the recipe I've already made it up. And as you can see, it looks like sand, and it's the perfect topping to any of our muffins. And this is made out of 1/2 cup of flour, 1/2 cup of brown sugar. I use light, but I have used dark in the past. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and 1/2 cup of butter. And you just mix it. I like using my hands so I can get it really fine. And all you do is sprinkle how much you want on the top of each muffin. That is how easy they are. They will go into the oven at 375, and I will keep my eyes on them. They will cook for a shorter amount of time than our regular muffins because they are thinner. It's been about 10 minutes, and I'm gonna pull those muffin tops out. They smell so good. Super simple. About 10 to 12 minutes, depending on how hot your oven is, and you don't have to add the crumb. I like it. My kids have always loved it, and my grandkids love it. Super simple. I let them cool, and I also put 1 per freezer bag in the freezer and add it to school lunch or an easy breakfast. And that's how easy it is. Second on our list is frozen pancakes. For my pancakes, I followed the directions on the back of our classic pancake. Super simple. I like to make them ahead, and I always freeze with 2 in the bag because I shouldn't say I have kids at home, but this is what I used to do. I would send my high schoolers off before, and that way they can toast them And they're so much better than Eggo, Waffles, and other brands, but super simple. I always put parchment paper between them, and you just plop them in frozen and wait. And depending on how crispy you want it, it depends on how hot your toaster cooks. Be careful when you're pulling them out or your kids are pulling them out, because they do get pretty hot in the toaster. Now, the best way to eat pancakes in my book is lots of butter, and I like to warm up my syrup, and it is delicious. So that's how easy it is. So make a full batch, and whatever your kids don't eat that morning, freeze them just like I did. They will last up to 2 months in your freezer, and you can also pull them out and put them in your fridge to thaw them overnight, so you don't have to toast them as long. But it's super simple. Any kid can pop them in. Super simple. So never just make 1 or 2 pancakes. Let's make it easy on all of us. Enjoy. I love this raspberry buttermilk pancake because it tastes like homemade and so delicious. And a couple weeks ago, I YouTubed how to make a pancake sheet cake. And today I'm using raspberry buttermilk and putting in my kids' and grandkids' favorite flavors of fruit. And I just put however much. I try to quarter it, but nothing is perfect. So just do your best and put what your kids like, and it's super simple. And I also like to bake this, and whatever's left over, I freeze for the next day or the next couple of weeks. And so today I'm using fresh raspberries, coconut, and fresh bananas, and Nutella. So into the oven, and it takes about 15 to 18 minutes depending on your oven temperature. So this was number 3 of our easy breakfast for back to school. And I did set and preheat the oven at 375. And always remember when you're baking in an oven to give it like a good half hour. So when you put it in, it's ready to start baking right when you put it in. And it turns out every time. Okay, so this is how this pancake sheet cake ended up. And what I'm gonna do is cut them into squares and freeze them just like I did the pancakes and waffles, and your kids will have an amazing breakfast. So delicious. This is our 4th idea. So it's kind of the same as the pancakes. Some of my kids love pancakes and others like waffles. So I really love the whole wheat waffle if you haven't tried it. It's a little bit of a healthier waffle, and I really like to do that and switch it up, which is great. We have a whole product line of Belgian waffle, whole wheat, buttermilk, classic. We have it all for you. So anyway, we did the same thing. We made a whole box, and you can feed your kids some hot and ready, and we use mini dashes, super simple. But if you don't have a mini one, you can use a Belgian waffle maker. And I always put parchment, because look how easy. They won't freeze together, because the longer they stay in your freezer, the more chance, if you don't have parchment, they'll stick. And then depending on how much you want it toasted, if I can get them, oh, oops. So I always like to toast mine a lot, but some of my kids don't like it toasted as much. So it's super simple, way healthier than some other frozen waffles that you can get in the grocery store. And if you make a whole batch and you have just a couple of kids, it will last you quite a long time, and they're super simple. You can keep them frozen in your freezer for about 2 months. This is number 5, our last recipe for today. I'm super excited about it because who doesn't like bacon and who doesn't like maple? So we are going to make a breakfast sandwich. And so I'm going to mix 2 cups, 2 cups of our buttermilk. And sorry for the mess. And then you add to that, you're gonna add 2 cups of cold water. And I love using a dough hook because pancakes shouldn't be over mixed, and this helps prevent that. So you want those lumps in it and stuff, so you don't want it all fluffy. And after I mix my pancake batter, I usually let it sit for a couple of minutes and it will start to get thicker and develop. To the buttermilk pancake, I'm gonna add a teaspoon of maple extract, 3 teaspoons of regular maple syrup. And then I like to add bacon to it. And I would say there's 3 tablespoons of bacon crumbled up. So you just stir that in, and I don't like mixing it completely. I like kind of leaving stripes in it, and maybe you'll be able to tell. So as you can see, I just kind of stirred it a couple of times to get it in there, but I left streaks. So now to that, I'm going to use our muffin top pan. And if you don't have one of these, we've also used our pancake dash, or you can cook them on top of the stovetop or a griddle. But this makes it really convenient, and I'm only going to use 1 scoop. As those are cooking, I'm going to do sunny side up eggs. Now, I've also done scrambled eggs where I use a mold in my cast iron pan, but today I'm going to do sunny side up, and I'm going to leave it a little raw in the center because that just tastes delicious. And we will be adding cheese to that and bacon to the sandwich. As you can see, this is super simple, easy way to give your kid out the door. You can also, I love freezing these and putting them between parchment paper and cooking the eggs the next morning, or you can freeze it just like this, up to 2 months, and wrap it in foil and then warm it up in your oven. So as you can see, this breakfast sandwich is not that hard, and it did not take me very long. Super delicious, healthy for your kids to send them off to school. And we hope you have a great school year and try one of these quick recipes and send them in. We would love to hear from you. Like and subscribe for more. Bye. That's a bomb. That is good.